Hello. Good evening. My name is Shantel Bacchus, and I am with the Network Effect, which is a subsidiary of Mindful Mondays MKE. Today is Monday, December the 8th, 2025, and I have the privileged honor to sit here today with a good friend of mine, a friend of the community, Andre Lee Ellis. I did tell Andre and Frederick before we got started here, I want to make sure that I give him the proper introduction. Although I have been knowing him for over 20 years, I think it's important to give him some of the accolades he deserves about the event that we're going to be talking about today, as well as let all of the listeners or people who are watching that may not be familiar with Andre Lee Ellis, some of his background. So I'm just going to read from my telephone here. We're honored to welcome Andre Lee Ellis of the Andre Lee Ellis Company. He's also the founder of the event that we're going to discuss today, which is the 500 Black Tuxedos event. He's going to be talking about the event that's going to be coming up in February. But for years, Andre Lee Ellis has organized 500 Black Tuxedos. It's a powerful annual event in Milwaukee that brings together Black men and boys to get dressed up, to build confidence, and create meaningful memories. Relationships. In 2023, the event brought together 250 young Black men and 250 mentors for a night of unity, mentorship, and community building at the Italian Community Center in Milwaukee's lakefront. Through 500 Black Tuxedos, participants receive tuxedo rentals, they enjoy fine dining, and they also take professional photos, which is very nice, including a memorable courthouse steps photo to challenge the negative stereotypes. And that was a very powerful photo that we use on our page several times of the year, too. And most importantly, it connects role models with their mentors, as well as, and talks about their worth and their potential, too. So it gives these young men mentorship opportunities. So we're just going to tune in to hear Andre's story. So he can talk to us about some of the young men that he's mentoring and some of the other things he's working on. So welcome with us tonight, Andre. I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Now, I know when you first talked to us about this event, it was originally scheduled to be happening soon, next week, correct?
It was supposed to happen this week, December 13th.
Okay.
This coming Saturday, it was supposed to happen, but listen to me. We had to change the date and move it to right here, first time. Right here, Mindful Mondays.
Yes.
If you don't mind, we're going to be full.
Okay. I love it.
Mindful Mondays.
I love it.
Saturday, February 21st is the new date for the 500 Black Tuxedos event. I'm excited because it gives us a chance to do one. The numbers need to increase. We need men, brothers. We need you to come forward. If you would like to, we'll talk about that some more in the interview. I don't want to give it all away here, but February, get yourselves ready. If you've already registered for the event, stay there. Someone's going to contact you and tell you what to do next about getting ready, dressed for your tuxedo, fitted for your tuxedo, and making it to the event on February 21st.
Yes, and that's very exciting too, because I do appreciate that, how you're explaining that it's going to be, we're just going to say delayed somewhat, just because we can boost it. I do want to talk about that at the later today as well. But let's just talk about the 500 Black Tuxedos, what the event is about. We did mention the mentors and also, the young men, but I'm sure it's more than about just bringing young men together. What made you start this event, and what founded it?
Well, I was with the We Got This Garden on 9th and Ring. I founded the We Got This Garden, and hats off to y'all. Well, you got this.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all got it now. And they do real well with it over there. It's
a good foundation, a good foundation.
The neighbors. It's a neighbor.
Yes.
They put the neighbor back in the hood over there, and we're happy about what they're all doing over there. So, little Malik.
Oh,
Taylor,
that's okay.
I call him Little Obama with the flappy ears. You've all heard the story. Malik always had a question. He said, "Come on, Mr. Andre, why you all dressed up in a suit? Where you going?" I said, "To dinner, Malik." "With your wife, y'all dressed up? You got to dress up to go to dinner?" I said, "When you take your wife out to dinner," I had on a suit. She was dressed up.
Yes.
And he said, "I ain't never really wore no suit to dinner. I ain't never even wore no suit." So we went to Carson's, my wife and I. And while we were there, it just really bothered me, Malik's story, when Malik said that. And so I asked the manager, how many seats did Carson hold? She said 100. And I just had the idea. I said, I want to bring 50 little Black boys here with 50 men in tuxedos and have a dinner. with them, and they agreed. Even that evening,
Wow,
we
that
talked
night.
it out, and I went home that night, and by 12:38 a.m., 37 men had responded. I tell the story
Wow.
all the time. They had responded, and within 2 weeks, we had the 50 men, and we therefore had the first 100 Black Tuxedo event. And then the next year, we changed it to 500 because a lot of other men wanted to be
Wanted to
involved.
join. Wow, so it's really just not just about talking about it, it's about being about it. And really it's about acting on it immediately, because I think we're all guilty of this. I know I can speak for myself. You have these, what you think are fantastic ideas. You can see the movement that it can start, but you just never get around to putting it together, putting the details together. So just to talk about the details, what are some of the event that some of the details that will be taking place the day of the actual event?
And I would say that to you about when you talked about don't talk about it, but be about it. That's how God works. God already wrote the word. He did the talk. We're supposed to do the action. And so that's how I live. And that's what this is a part of it. So on that day, we'll gather at North Division High School. It started at 8:00 a.m. is when the registration for the
and the address, not just, but the address for North Division. I know that's over there on. It's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Of course,
I know it's 10
Center
something
Street.
West Center Street.
Yes, okay.
The 1000 block on West Center Street,
you
and the
can't miss it.
biggest
Of course, you
building on the
can't miss
block.
it. Yeah, it's cool.
But I know we'll get the proper address so that we can say that, because we're real proud of North Division. It's a historical school in our community. Many great leaders come out of there. So on that day, they register. We have haircuts in the morning. We have hygiene projects if somebody need to wash up, because we have a lot of homeless youth. We don't know who may come straight off the street or sleeping in a car or anything and have to come there.
That's a great point.
And if they know beforehand that that's there, they don't have to be embarrassed and think that they couldn't come.
Exactly.
Or when they get there, have to whatever they have to go through. So we make it right for everybody. But the Exodus Barbershop,
they're the
Carrick
ones that
Stevens and Avery and Chris and Rick, I don't know nobody's last name, but all of those over there at Exodus are they're going to be providing the haircuts again. They've done it for the last 4 times that we've done this event. Leonard Wilson will be there doing fitness in the morning. Everybody working out and waking up. And then Miss Imani is the fruit lady.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she does like a phenomenal job, Chantel, of fruit presentation, and there in the morning. So we're going to have some other breakfast up there, and then we're going to have a couple of workshops. One of the workshops will be by the Medical College of Wisconsin will be one of the workshops, and then the other workshop will be Miss Carrie Phelps on AI.
Oh, nice. That's huge on artificial intelligence, and she's going to be talking to the young men about this.
And then good thing about it is during that 8-11, look, watch this, y'all. Check the dealio. Right here on this one, right here, for the first time. This time, women have been asking to be involved.
Oh, I was like, you guys so excited about that.
We want to be involved, and so for the first time, we decided that women can come at 8 to 11 when they're dropping their sons off. Be prepared to come and comb your hair, because you might take a picture. You know what I'm saying? Put on something.
Take the bonnet off.
Don't have no hole in your sock. You might take that bonnet off. You might take a picture or anything, but you get to enjoy a little breakfast. You get to watch your son get his hair cut. You get to participate in a workshop or two. We do something between 8 and 11. At 11, the women leave, because we all get in our tuxedos, and then we go into our program at 12 o'clock. Into the auditorium, and then we have more workshops. This year we're going to have workshops on the violence. Workshops on mental trauma, workshops on finance. We're going to have a workshop for the Wisconsin Medical College for the men. And a workshop on AI for the men. So they'll do 2 of those, one in the morning for the women with the sons. And then in the afternoon for the men.
But let me just clear this up, because I don't want to just go too far. You're saying, the event starts at 8 o'clock. That's when registration from 8 to 11.
Yeah.
Okay, but from this time, let's say a young man may not be already dressed for the event for whatever reason. You're saying that his mom or whomever wants to drop him off, or if he comes on his own, if he's old enough, he can come there that morning. He can get hygiened up, whether that's a shower, whatever that is, get a haircut. He's also going to attend workshops, eat, also have this mentorship opportunity with the 500 Black Tuxedos.
Be blessed.
That's a big deal. And was there a cost or something to the young man to participate in this?
It doesn't cost a young man anything to participate. If you have a young man 12 to 17 years old, you can just go to our website at the Cage MKE and register him.
Okay.
Now, what happens is the men, when you register as a mentor, you pay $125, and that covers the tuxedo rental for the boy that you're gonna mentor. So 250 men cover 250 boys. The event is covered that way.
Oh,
now, men,
nice.
if you have your own tuxedo, you don't have to rent a second one.
Oh, well, that's
But
nice
if
to
you
know.
don't, you rent a tuxedo. And all tuxedos are rented through Torrance's House of Thread. Here's the other good thing about this event this year, especially almost all of the money that we're spending is going into black businesses and black establishments in our community, because otherwise we would only have to go downtown. That's why we're having it at the 100 Gyms.
I love that. Yeah, that's the location. And that's a beautiful location too. We're going to talk about that as well. But just to go back to now, let's say, I know you're inviting the women from 8 to 11. Let's say that we don't have a young man that we can send that with the ages 12 to 17, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
We can can we sponsor a young man or something of that nature as well?
And thank you to all of the women that are, women are stepping forward, and we need more. If I make it sound like a whole bunch, it is, but it's a whole bunch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a little bit more. So women are going on, and they're donating $125 for a tuxedo rental. And let me tell you why that's important, because our mentors start at 18 years old and up, and some of them don't have $250.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
And so if somebody sponsors, if I can go to them and say, I know a young man, 19, that could be with a 12-year-old, be real influential to him. And he say, I don't have the money, Mr. I just say, what if I could pay for the boys' tuxedo? What we could, what could you do? He said, I can sponsor my own. And in some cases, we may be able to cover it both. But,
that would be nice, yes.
It's my dream.
It's
and my goal, somebody out there that really want to work to see this event next year, the next time we do it, and nobody have to pay anything. They just have to rush and hurry up to sign up.
Yes, that's a great idea too, and that's a goal. That's something that we'd like to work with you on. And just to mention it, when I say Mindful Mondays is going to be the official podcast at the 500 Black Tuxedo event. I'm excited about that. I remember the very first one you put together when you were on the Steve Harvey morning show. I think it was just the Steve Harvey show, not on the TV.
I got my jacket.
On TV.
Harvey's hero.
Yes, exactly. That's what it was. Yeah, and I remember I didn't know you and Angela was going to be on there, but I'm looking at TV and I saw you two, and I was just so proud of all of the work that you have done. And this has been over 10 years ago. When was the first
2016 was Steve Harvey show. The first event was 2015. Okay. And just excited how it's growing over the years. Challenging because there's so many dinners, there's so many award presentation shows and things like that going on. But this is the one. To me, what's special about this is the men with the boys. 80% of our households don't have fathers in them. So once I had 100 boys in the garden, and I asked them, how many of you all don't know your dad? 90 of them raised their hand.
My goodness.
How many of you know your dad but still don't have a relationship with him? 5 or more out of 100 boys who had got to that garden at 8 o'clock in the morning to work from 8 to 12 for $5 an hour, because you were coming down there and donating to them and work for 4 hours for $20 and got there on time, because if they didn't, I shut the gate. They have to be on time. We have to teach our young men to be respectful. I'm not afraid of them.
Oh yes, I know that. You're right there with them.
I'm afraid for them because we are their worst. We are their worst enemies. We are so judgmental, and we keep depending on restorative justice when it has to be restorative just us. It's 3 words.
Just us. Yes.
Just us. Because who are we waiting for? We have to be
just us.
Sorry,
you're good. This is what this platform is for. We want to share resources. And I think what you're sharing is a form of a resource as well. Because I agree, and that's why we do this. This is also a movement. We want to educate and collaborate. But what you're saying is so true. There's so many individuals that are also quick to point the finger, as I'm in some of these circles where we're always blaming these children. But when we do have a program or someone like you that are willing to bring them to a common location, to watch over them, make sure that they're not out there breaking into things. As you say, you keep your hand in the sand or the soil, you keep it off the gun.
Yeah, as long as they have their hands in the soil, they can keep them off the trigger of the gun. It costs so much more to incarcerate a youth than it does an adult in the state of Wisconsin. That's horrible. Just this morning in my meditation, Chantel, I was imagining what the the auditorium or the cafeteria of the prison looked like right now, this morning, what it looked like. And all I could see was the faces of young black men.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just really thinking, like, I got to get back in there, in the back of there. I got to get in there and talk to them and share with them, but not like that.
Yeah,
I got to be able to leave whenever I want to go. I got to be a visitor.
You want to be a visitor.
Right.
Exactly. That's important. Let's make that very clear.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes,
God be like, oh, so
that's what you want. Yeah, you give us your act for. Yes, yes.
I ain't asking for that. But I just think that the tuxedo event give us a chance to provide class and style. And like little Malik said, he said, he said, I came up with a quote, Mr. Andre. I said, Malik, what's your quote? He said, from boys in the hood to gentlemen on the town.
Listen at this. Yeah, they think like you
he
after a while.
That on the billboard.
Yeah, that they think like you after a while too.
He didn't say who's gonna pay for the billboard.
At least he's just the first step to get the thoughts together.
Exactly.
And you mentioned these young men. 95 of them said that they did not know who their fathers were not in the household or something of that nature. But what I've noticed too, a lot of the young men that you interact with, they call you Pop. So you're like a father figure to these young men as well.
Well, but I noticed that in respecting our community. Our young brothers call a lot of men Pops that are older, the OG, they call them OG. Okay, Pops, because of, in many cases, the longing. You know why? I think it's a setup. I had a young boy once in the garden say, Mr. Andre raised his hand in front of everybody. I got a joke to tell. And then I said, hey, what's your joke? He said, I know why black men don't come to the garden. And then I said, why? He said, because they might meet their son.
Oh, yeah, that's really sad, though. That's really not that funny. But yeah, wow. Yeah.
And that's what it is. They want to be called son.
Yeah.
So they say Pop, so you can say, hey, son.
Yeah, the things some people just take for granted. But
they earn it, though. They earn it too, man. Jeremiah Thompson, JT, who works with me, my card leader, who called me Pops.
Yes.
And I call him son. He really is.
Yes.
I mean, he committed just like one. I'm telling you.
I've seen some of these men down there, young men down there, for several years with you, too.
That won't listen to hardly anybody, but will listen to other people because they've learned it from the voice of a man. Some of our sons just want to hear from a man. And now get out on the floor and put your hands up.
Yeah.
That's not the manly voice that they want to hear.
Yes.
Or you look just like your daddy. You just like your father. That's not the manly voice that they want to hear. I like when I say, you remember 2 years ago what you was doing? Look at you now.
Yes.
Black boys want to be dads. They want to be different than the dad they never had. They want their children to have something. They want to work. They want God in their life. Black boys today, even if you watch them, when they go to jail, they come out so much more knowledgeable because somebody other than the school took some attention. They put some kind of books back there, and they come back and they met some kind of religion, whether it's the nation or whatever it is that they met in there, something that makes them think differently and said, if only I had been taught this ahead of time, this is not where I would be.
And this is the opportunity that they're being provided. It's going to be on Saturday, February the 21st. At 8 o'clock a.m. It's going to take registration. It's going to be at North Division High School. And the actual event, let's talk about this event, the 100 Gems. That's the venue on Titonia, correct?
Titonia, 6700 block on Titonia. Black men own it.
Oh, wow.
A black man.
It's a beautiful venue. I know I've been there. It's beautiful. Yes, that as well. But as you mentioned, that's going to be on a Sunday. So that's a little different thing. I think it's going to be on a Sunday that we're going to be doing that event. If I'm not mistaken, at 2 o'clock p.m. we're going to start. So that's going to be like a final push if you have any questions to come. But we really want to push that enrollment way before then. But what this event is going to be a final push. We're going to have people here just mingling, answering your questions. If there's some women here that would like to come, and possibly if you have something to donate, feel free to contact Andre. What is your contact information again, Andre?
Sure, you can reach us. If you can always register at our website at the Cage, MKE, THECAGE, MKE, or you can call us at 414-779-2729. 2476.
And we're going to be sharing that information as well on our site too throughout the month, on the next month too. But please share this information. If you or your organization would like to volunteer, please, feel free to give us a call as well, or Andre a call. And if you would like to sponsor, I think that's what we're mainly looking for here too, sponsors and guys to enroll, or men to enroll as well. Okay.
Well, I was just going to say, real important, fellas, and I know we're winding down, it sounds like, but what I wanted to say, brothers, as much fun as you've seen us have here, let's put aside whatever it is. If it's nothing, come forth and let's make this happen. I need you. Yes. I need your help, and our community and the young men need you. When this event is successful, it's all of us in the room, and I guarantee you, like past years, all of us that have organizations that work with young Black boys in this city, we should be in this room. Yes. And when we're in this room together, make up for all that you do all year. Real talk, real men, heal the hood, fathers making progress, Northcott Neighborhood House, safe and sound, 414 Life, all of those groups, all of you out there that are doing tremendously good work, let's just come together and put these suits on and grab our sons by the hand, because let me tell you what happens. When we're in these tuxedos and it goes viral and those pictures go all over, even the guys in prisons and hospitals get to see them too, and they call me. Oh, nice. They make a prison call. They say, Mr. Andre, I hate I didn't get to wear my tuxedo this year.
Yeah, they miss out.
Help us help them have that chance.
Yeah, and I think that's a big deal, Andre. And although we are minding down, I just still want to give you the opportunity to share that, because this is very important. Although, like you said, we're laughing here. We wanted to come in today to make this announcement. I am glad that it's being extended, but we do want to make sure it does not have to be extended again, that we can have over enrollment. I think that would be a good problem to have.
And the cutoff is February 1st.
Yeah, so that's the last day of enrollment.
That's why it's here. That if you happen to miss any other day, don't miss February 1st here, right at the gallery, y'all. 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fred Robinson. He in here too, but he ain't showing his
He's a cameraman today. Frederick is behind the camera today, so this doesn't happen often. So we're excited to be here right now. We're at Greenwood Park. So that's what Andre said. And, once again, this is a collaboration. We're better and we're stronger in numbers. We want to come together. And this is not just about, like you mentioned, the cage or the 500 Black Tuxedos. It's about the city of Milwaukee. We hear so many negative things when it comes to people that look just like us. So this is an opportunity to not have to do a lot of work, because you've already done the work. It seems as though you already have the framework out there. All we have to do is come, donate. The women now, we're invited, ladies, so let's make sure we come through. If you have a young nephew or someone, this is the perfect time to sponsor him. And you can take pictures before he puts on his tuxedo, and then show after pictures as well when he has his tuxedos on. So once again, it's going to take place on Saturday, February the 21st.
Yeah, February
2026.
2026, 8 a.m. So registration starts, and we're going to be done at 5 p.m. So you get your child back. But we're excited about it, and we need you. Come on.
Yes, and thank you for all the volunteers right now. I know you mentioned Exodus. So you said they're doing the haircuts.
Exodus Barbershop. Oh, let me just talk. Can I?
Yes, please, of course.
So we're really thankful for the Brewers Community Foundation. Cecilia Gore, she's always wonderful with everything that she do. We want to thank the Medical College of Wisconsin. These are some of our sponsors.
Okay, we'll make sure we tag them in the notes.
We want to take care. We want to be thankful for the Running Rebels. Those of you all know the different levels of sponsorship, the legacy, the 3 different levels, and I'm pushing the 625 legacy level. Most people are doing that because you get a table topper and you sponsor tuxedos for the boys. That way,
nice.
The mentors don't have to worry about registration. I know I'm giving
you a lot of 625. That's the level of it.
That's a level of sponsor, and you get included in our sponsor.
Wow. Okay,
list with everybody else. So make that call to us at 414-779-2476. There's a few more sponsors in that. MCOP, Dr. Yvonne Greer and Dr. Erica Sinclair. Thank you all for what you are doing. Deshay AG is going to be the person who guest speaker.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dyer.
Wow. They should great poets.
Anjali Butler will be performing. They're all going to be performing.
This is going to be phenomenal.
It's going to be phenomenal. The men shall also gather. Where you going to be? Come on.
They better be there or be square.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah. But you know, thank you for all the sponsors. We want more sponsors. That's it for now.
I mean,
Okay.
if I didn't name you right here, I'm
Yes.
gonna name you right there.
Exactly. You know who you are. So thank you all for all of your help. As we mentioned, we're going to have a final day of registration here with Mindful Mondays MKE. You can get information on our website too, because we're going to be sharing some information on our website, which is www.mindfulmke.com. If you want to register, please go to thecagemke.com. If you want to sponsor, go there as well. But we're just looking forward to seeing you all. We're going to sponsor. I'm going to sponsor. I can say that for myself. You know, I'm going to sponsor someone. So yes, I'm going to make sure that I do that. So how many other ladies that want to come out and join me in the sponsorship? Sororities, fraternities, we would love to have you all here. So thank you once again, Andre. I appreciate you. You know I love you. So
every Monday, be mindful at 6:30. You can gather your friends. You can come down here to the pub when they have the gatherings for the public.
You know, we do
or you can just tune in right here, and you all can get some food on the table and get in on the discussion and just see what we have to put on your mind. It's a great place to be on Mondays at 6:30.
And thank you for that too, because that's what we're going to start doing. Although we don't have our in-person events every Monday, we're going to be posting some of our past speakers on Mondays, just because you just gave me that idea. So thank you all so much for joining us. We do appreciate you. We're looking forward to seeing you on February the 1st, on Sunday, February the 1st. Thank you again.